What's up, everyone? Thank you for listening to another episode of the Sawyer Brothers Show. Please be sure to follow and subscribe to the show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and YouTube, and then follow our podcast accounts and SDI accounts on all socials. We post daily on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube. If you enjoy the show, we'd really appreciate you leaving a review and sharing it with other potential listeners. Lastly, if you have a recommendation for topics or guests, feel free to reach out to us. We greatly appreciate your support. Today's episode is sponsored by the Hockey Marker. The Hockey Marker is a marker that's designed specifically for ice surfaces. Its specially formulated ink works on ice and provides strong visibility during practices and camps. It provides bold and clear lines, making drills, skills training, and games easier to follow. Once the session is done, the lines are erased by the Zamboni's regular resurfacing. As a coach, I run a lot of small area games at different areas on the ice, and the Hockey Marker allows me to tighten up the space with actual lines that players can see. Listeners can use the promo code Sawyer to receive a 15% discount on their website. On today's episode, we speak with Connor Forster. Connor is a senior captain for Riverview Gabriel Richard. Griff and I coached against Connor when he was playing youth hockey years ago. I've now coached him for the past few years at GR, and he's done SDI programs as well. His development over the years is a direct result from hard work and doing things the right way. He's gone from being a young freshman rookie on varsity to a veteran senior captain who's ready to make a big impact with his play and his leadership this season. He's exactly the type of young man that a high school program wants leading their team. It was great sitting down and talking with him, and we hope you enjoy. Connor Forster, how you doing today?
Good. How are you guys?
Good. You're getting ready for your senior season of GR hockey. How's everything going so far?
It's going good. We got a good group of guys, a lot of returners, and we got a good amount of newcomers too. A lot of young kids.
So you're a guy. This is your fourth year on the team. How's it feel to be a guy that started at 15 and now you're 18 going in your senior year? How's that progress been?
It's kind of crazy considering that I even played GR as an 8th grader. I was on the team at the prep team.
Oh yeah.
And seeing all the kids.
Oh yeah.
Seeing all the older kids play and how fast it actually was, and then playing my freshman year, it was pretty crazy.
It's crazy seeing back to your Griff's got some stuff we'll touch on with your youth hockey before your time at GR, but it's kind of crazy now that you are that age and how you've grown over the years. It's awesome.
So I want to ask you. So I obviously coached the Trenton 07 team after you left. So you went to Motor City, and you guys were awesome. And I knew your family a little bit, and I always thought really positively of you and your family and everything. I want to ask you what your experience was like when you left Trenton and went to a new team, because it was kind of a cool situation, because I feel like there was a couple good 07 teams that year before, and then you guys, there was 2 mega teams, you and Grozil. So how was it playing with because you guys were a whole new team. So how was that experience?
It was so after I left Trenton, I joined Motor City Machine, or we were the Downriver Otters our first year with Coach Mike Potter, and his son played on GR. And so when I joined them, we had a lot of good kids, a lot of kids that eventually went to play AAA. We played Grozil. It was a battle with them every time. We played Trenton a couple times.
Yeah,
it was
not too competitive, but
I mean, you guys run for our money a couple times. It was definitely fun. And then we made it to States our second year as a team. That was Coach Potter's last year before Dave Stark took over. And then we made it to States again, and we actually beat Kensington Valley Warriors in the state championship.
That was unreal.
What a team. Yeah. They were loaded. All those years they were good.
Was unreal.
Yeah.
So I want to ask you, because that year, obviously, I think in youth hockey, there's 3 or 4 weekends where there's state championships, and you guys were the first weekend. You guys just beat COVID. So how much of a relief was it that you guys got to have that state tournament with that loaded team you had right before COVID? How crazy was that?
It was good, because the next year I know we were not a very good program at all. We lost a bunch of good players, and so we just kind of, after that year, the program was gone. Motor City Machine ended.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So it was good that you guys got it over with and everything.
Yeah.
Do you look at those years and just look back and, I don't know, I feel like those years kind of, I guess I didn't know you too well, but I feel like you really took that next step into being like one of the top players on whatever team you were on in those years. Do you feel like those years gave you some confidence as a player?
They definitely, yeah. So I did gain a lot of confidence because my first couple years on that team, I didn't even play on the first two lines. It was me, Eddie Keshin, and Ethan Pulowski. Mm-hmm. So it was us three on a line, and we played on a line for 2 years together. And then in my last year, I think I was playing with Brody Metallic and someone else. Mm-hmm. So I moved up to a better line. So my confidence did grow as the seasons kept going on.
Yeah, and now I look at you as the player that you are today, which we all know your play does the talking. But like, I feel like your youth hockey really helped you set you up for success into where you're at now. So
yeah.
How do you have a way that you would describe who you are as a player? I'm really putting you on the spot here, but if you had to describe your style of play, would you
describe my style of play? So I think I move pucks pretty well. I work really hard. That's my main thing is trying to work hard every shift. I don't have as much skill as other players, but yeah, I just try and work my hardest every shift.
If there was an NHL player you were like, man, I want to play like them, that you were like, what is there a player that stands out to you?
I thought about this the other day, and it was Dylan Larkin.
Okay, you know what? I like that answer. I think that's a very realistic and to your style of play, very good answer.
Yeah, not the flashiest guy, works up and down, good skater, all those good things.
You ask some guys, they're like McDavid.
Yeah.
Larkin's a good answer though, and
that is good. Nice. So then also, before we get on other stuff, do you prefer forward or D? Because you've bounced all over the place.
So
not your coach is asking you, just
some random guy.
This is like a topic that I'm really strong on because some games I like playing defense a lot because some games it's really easy to rush the puck and that's what I like to do. But other games defense is just not fun at times, like getting stuck in the D zone. So I say I like forward better. Yeah,
makes sense.
Sure.
Nice. Yeah, that is I'm the guy talking to you on this, not your coach right now. That's good stuff. So, starting the senior year, you were named the captain of our team at the end of the season banquet last year. Now, we're getting the season started. How does that feel to have, the C on your jersey? Obviously, you wore the A last year as a junior, but what does that feel to be a C this year?
It feels good because I work out with a bunch of younger players already and seeing them develop, like Johnny, Matt Gooding, Tommy, working out with them, seeing them develop is really good for the program in general. So I like working out with the younger kids, and I like just seeing everyone grow because I'm not the most vocal guy, but like I like to lead by example.
Sure.
Sounds like Dylan Larkin. It's funny because last season, me and Andy, when we were just talking about, I followed GR pretty closely, but like, I don't know, it just must have slipped my mind, but we were talking about guys who would be just talking about the future. And he's like, yeah, Forster. And I'm like, Connor's a junior? He's like, yeah, he'll be back again. And I was like, so fired up. I'm like, all right, he's back again. So
yeah. No, so on that note, when you just say like the younger guys, when you're now like the old guy on the team, you're a captain, 4-year player, like played all these games, all these different scenarios. You got these young guys you just threw out there. What does it feel like to be that guy at this age? Because if we rewind it 3 years ago and you're sitting here, you were one of those young guys, and you already mentioned the 8th grade too, but like your freshman year, you were on a really good GR team. You got Monks, Gonzo, Payton, DeSanto, all these guys that are, big personalities, and you were the young guy. What's it like to be the old guy compared to that?
It feels really good knowing that like I can try and fill their shoes because a lot of talented seniors that year. I think we're gonna have a lot of talented seniors this year too. Mm-hmm. That is a lot of shoes to fill.
Yeah. Do you remember being intimidated being a freshman with those guys?
I do, especially when we played Celine and you came up to me before the game when I was gonna play on a line with Brody and Gonzo. It was the fastest paced game I've ever played in my life.
Do you remember what I said?
I do not exactly recall what you said. Do you remember?
I remember I walked up, and I do remember the moment. It's funny you remember the moment. You were getting ready to get on the ice with them, and I said, Connor, appreciate this moment of playing with these guys because you're a young kid, and a few years from right now, you're going to be the old guy showing these young guys, and they're going to be freaking out to play with you. Yeah. And you just like looked at me the same way you just looked at me now, smiling. And it was right when we were getting ready to go on the ice, right outside Celine, like you said. So, that's how it goes, man. Like I was the young guy when I made Trenton. I was a sophomore. We didn't have any freshmen. We had 3 sophomores. I was one of them, and we had 10 seniors that year, and I'm the young guy. Griff's done that. Like that's the cycle of high school hockey and how it goes. So
did you play good that game? Or just adjusting? It was an adjusting game.
It was a very adjusted game, yeah.
The next game you probably had a good one, right?
Yeah.
So when we think back to different games throughout these last 3 years you've already played, what games stick out for you as memorable?
So my freshman year, my favorite game to play was the state quarterfinal in Taylor against Ann Arbor Gabriel Richard.
Mm-hmm.
That was a real good experience for everyone, and I really like playing in that environment. So it was fun. And then my sophomore year, so we played De La Salle in the first round of Catholic League playoffs, and we were up 4-1 with like 8 minutes to go. Then we lost in double overtime, but that was still a really good game to play in because they were a pretty good team at the time.
Yeah.
And then last year we played a lot of good games. I think EGR was like a really like humbling moment for our team because we thought we were going to be really good that year. And then first game we went out there and got smoked by this one line of players that were pretty good.
Yeah.
Hold on, I gotta interrupt. I was at work that time because I work nights. I had this. Someone was streaming it.
Yes.
It was like 8:15. I finally had a minute to look at my phone. I looked at the score and I said, "They must not have the score right." I'm like, "How are we down the way that we are already?" I'm like,
What, 7-7?
Yeah, it was like 7-1. It was like 1-0 after the first period. I won't say we played great, but like we didn't give up a lot of chances in the second period. We just gave up so many odd man rushes.
That was a tough environment, right? They had a lot of fans.
They had a
They're
bunch
packed.
of kids. Yeah,
They're packed.
and we were missing like Steve because of football, so our football guys weren't there.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think we were rolling 2 lines at the time.
Probably helped you guys for the big picture for the season, though, right?
Yeah.
So you list those games. Was there any others that you thought of?
The MIHL game against Forsyth Central last year was a fun game.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good one. Was that Typher Arena or?
Yes, that was Typher.
Yeah, Typher. Yeah, I remember that. So let me go back to your freshman year, that quarterfinal game. You already mentioned, you like playing that environment. We obviously win that game to go to the semis. What was it like being a freshman in that game? And at that time in your career, maybe since then too, actually, if we think about it, what was it like playing in an environment where there was so many people there? Like that was probably one of the first times where there was like, it wasn't just a game, it was an event. Like now it's like, it's a Saturday night. There's people from all over coming to watch that game. What's that feeling like?
Yeah, no, it was a good feeling. I'm not gonna lie. It was fun watching like Jimmy's line and Robbie's line go out there and just pretty much do everything while our line just went out there, got pucks deep, and then changed and watched them do it all over again. So that was fun. It was a fun game.
Do you like the pressure?
Yes. Yeah, I like playing under pressure. I think it's fun, and I think that just like overall, like it's something you should want to do is play under pressure.
Yeah. What a lucky position we are to be able to play this game in general, let alone play in front of people that truly care.
Yeah.
What about your? There's a playoff goal you scored last year where your coach, your very, very smart assistant coach, he might be holding the mic right now. He might not. He might be even saying this. He had a feeling to put you on the ice for a face-off. Talk to us about what goal that was and what that game was.
I do remember that. That was against Birmingham United. We were tied 1-1 against Birmingham United, who I think was ranked around 80th in the state.
Yeah.
So if we would have lost that game, that would have been
It would have hurt.
demoralizing loss for GR. But Coach Sawyer said, have Connor go. I went out there, and then Tony won the draw, and I scored, and it was a good feeling. It was a good feeling. But at the end of the day, it was against Birmingham United, so the job should have got done a lot earlier in the game. But
that's just playoff hockey, man. Yeah.
I'll tell you, like as someone who's supporting my brother as a coach, yeah, I'm watching the game, I'm watching the team, but like I'm watching him more than anything. So I'm watching him across. I was in the corner right by where you scored, and I'm watching him. And I see him look at Rick, and I see him point at you. And you hop the boards, and then you scored right away. And I'm like, let's go. That was so awesome.
Yeah.
I'm just joking around, pumping my tires here. The goal is all that matters, but
awesome.
it is fun to have that impact. Just like little maneuvering as a coach. Like that's what we get to do. It's like the players get to do 99% of it, but sometimes the coach gets to do a little bit, and it's exciting. So no, that was huge.
Yeah.
It's like you said, it's the opponent makes a difference, but it's playoff hockey, man. Like if you lose that game, your season's done.
Yeah.
Like you get to go back in the locker room and you've got 4 guys on that team that were seniors that you grew up playing with, and they don't get to play again. So the moment is so much bigger in playoffs.
Yeah.
So when you think about this season, let's focus on the team and then individual. But on the team, what are your like goals or expectations, or what are you really excited for this year?
So the first goal is Catholic League playoffs. My freshman year, we actually did really good on that. Jimmy's line, I think he mentioned it, how they went crazy against Orchard Lake, Brother Rice. Then we played CC. We lost, so we came in second. And the following year, I think we came in dead last, 8th place. Then last year, I think we came in 7th place. So, and I have a good feeling about this year because I think we played Cranbrook first game, which is, I think, a good draw for us. So
good revenge game.
Yeah. So I want to say if we could win Catholic League playoffs, that'd be a great start to our year.
Absolutely.
And then after that, going 2-0 in the MHL showcase would be a great like
it's a good goal.
Boost to playoffs, and the state championship is the end goal of the season.
Those are good goals.
Love
I think they're honestly pretty unique. I think the showcase is a huge answer. I think you asked 30 high school players that. Not many people say that. I like that answer a lot.
Yeah, that's a good one. What about individual?
So I'm not too big on individual play this year because obviously the goal is to get a state championship, but I don't know. Just
do you have something that you feel in your past that you've improved on, or you try to improve on, that you're really just trying to focus on harnessing this year? Like, do you think like your shot's gotten a lot better, or your skating, or anything like tangible like that?
So probably like just working with my teammates, and my line right now is me, Matt, and Mason. So getting us to connect on like a higher, faster level of playing hockey would be great. So we can play at the highest level we can.
Yeah. And then as far as like the leadership side of things, we already asked you earlier what it's like being a captain. What do you think your role is as a captain of a team like this?
The role is to make sure no one is down during the games and we all can stay positive, because if we go down a goal, we can't just give up, and we got to just keep going the whole game. We got to be able to play 3 periods as a team and just complete all the games.
I think it's one of the biggest things, staying consistent throughout the whole game, the emotions in check, all that.
Yeah, it's a lot of pressure being a captain and everyone finding out their role. Of some guys, like you said, are very vocal. Like I was a very vocal captain. I always talked in the locker room. There's guys that go out and lead by example. There's guys that go out and, be the funny guy, or like the punching bag, make everyone laugh, like there's just, it's going to be it's a lot of pressure, but the first few weeks of the season are going to be fun for you because you get to figure out what your role is as a player and as a captain, right? So,
All right. So we've touched on a mix of things kind of like unique to high school hockey. The environment, the pressure, like growing up with different guys. You're the young guy, the cycle is, you become the older guy, all that good stuff. You're a player that at certain points in your career, you've played at different teams and whatnot. What are your favorite things about playing high school hockey? Like if you had to sell high school hockey to someone, what would you say?
So my favorite thing about playing high school hockey is you go to the school with all the kids on your team, so you get to be with them all the time. The road trips are always fun. Mostly just being able to be with your team all the time is really a good experience and really brings everyone closer together.
It's almost the exact same answer that Ethan Gilbert had right before this. I think his answer was he's with the same guys for 9 hours a day.
Yeah.
So, we've talked about playing in the crowd, like, in front of the crowds and all that. One of the things that you did this year was you played, in a fall leagues and you played on select teams and stuff. What do you think, can be an advantage of high school hockey as opposed to just AAA hockey?
So high school hockey, there's a lot more people that come to the games, not necessarily scouts, but just people in general. So it's more like a fun environment to play in. And the games are still like good pace, especially if you play the right teams. And it's always a good match if you play like another downriver team like Trenton, for example.
Sure.
If you had to say there was something that you would change or fix about high school hockey, I know it's kind of a tough question, not really being negative, but like you're like, I wish it was like this. Is there anything that stands out to you?
The amount of games you play per year.
There you go. That's a good answer.
Yeah.
That's the best
I feel like
answer.
a team should play like 35 to 40 games a year.
That's a good answer. Yeah. It would just be cool. Just like you said, more teams, more games, more rivalries built up, a little bit more intensity, more drama. So.
How about so we had this exact same conversation earlier with Ethan. If you had to say the perfect scenario for a regular season game to end in a tie, so say the game the buzzer goes, it's 2-2. In your perfect world, what happens then? Is there a tie? Is there overtime, shootout, continuous overtime? Like what happens?
So I would say continuous OT 5-on-5 until someone scores.
There you go.
Okay.
That's
All
good.
right. There you go. You like the continue on, like playoff style, huh?
The playoffs.
We just, I just can't stand the ties. You know,
Yeah.
like we've said that we'd love to see every game end in a win and a loss in some way. So continuous 5-on-5 would be definitely powerful.
Or even just like how the MIHL Showcase does it. You just go straight to a shootout right after you tie.
Exactly.
Just so
man.
someone wins.
Exactly.
Something, man.
Exactly.
So talking about you a little bit, when you a big thing with hockey players is, you know, finding your routine, finding your habits that you like. Would you say that you're a pretty like superstitious guy, or you have a routine that you like? If so, talk us through it a little bit.
So I do have a pretty specific game day routine. So in the morning I like to
Oh, you're going back to the morning.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what's the game time? If the game time's at like
Say 7.
7 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow, that's late. So,
school day.
Okay, school day. So I'll get up, stretch, go to school, come home, do a little workout to get my legs going, and then I like to have 4 pieces of toast with honey on them.
Okay.
As my pregame meal. And then I used to drink an energy drink, but that's not good for your gut during the game. So
There
I
you go.
switched it to like 4 little packs of honey right before the game, and then probably get to the rink an hour and a half early, warm up with the guys, stretch, talk, and then just get ready for the game like 30 minutes before.
You cut the toast the same way every time?
I don't cut it.
You don't. You just put
Yeah.
bread in and then you just eat it. Okay.
Yeah.
Who got you on the honey?
I actually just watched like a bunch of Instagram videos, and it just says that honey is like really good for like energy and as many carbs you can get before the game.
Well, I'll tell you, like, as someone who's into like working out and bodybuilding, honey is every bodybuilder should try and incorporate honey into every meal. So I think that's an awesome thing.
If he approves, that's a big deal.
That's really. I'm impressed. That's one of the most impressive answers I've heard for a pregame meal.
Yeah.
So
And you said a banana as well?
No banana.
Oh, no banana.
4 pieces of toast and honey.
Oh, okay.
that's
Gotcha.
a unique answer. That's a good
Yeah, that
answer.
is. Yeah, I feel like everyone's just always like, you got your sandwich or whatever and a banana, granola bar and a banana. So that's unique.
4
Yeah.
pieces of toast with honey.
What about like getting ready for the game? Are you a music guy? Or are you just like sitting in the room talking? Like what's your routine?
It really just depends on the day, I guess, because some days like the music gets me going and some days it just doesn't. So I guess it really just depends on like the day. But I like to kind of be by myself before the games. I'm not a big talker. So yeah, that's about it.
Tape your stick?
Yeah, I do tape my stick the same way every time. Wax, no puck marks, just hold
Easy
it
enough.
toe to heel.
Yeah.
You like black or white more?
White tape.
What would you say you like more?
Probably black tape.
Black tape.
We
Yeah.
like black, but we went through phases of using white
Yeah.
at certain points when we were kids.
I wasn't a goal scorer, so it doesn't matter. I just did whatever to get the puck off the stick. Get the puck off my stick. What can I do fastest to get it off my stick? Pass.
Are you superstitious? Would you say, like, if that routine is thrown off, does it mess you up for the game mentally?
I heard that like it's bad to like if one thing goes wrong to let it mess up the rest of your day. So I try, and even though I can't do one of those things, I try and just build off the rest of my day and make sure it doesn't like ruin my attitude before the game.
It's very important.
Yeah.
Very important.
For sure.
So as far as your number 50, I already asked you if you have a reason behind 50. I don't know if anyone really. I feel like Antoine Vermette, was he 50? Is he 50? Do you know that?
No
From
clue.
that, I don't think
Center
he was,
back in the
was
day.
he 50 for Dallas? Maybe.
Yeah. Well, actually, no.
There was a player in the Red Wings that was 50.
Yeah. Who is that? I don't know. There's been players, but they're very random. I think the fact that we're kind of saying the names is like proving my point.
Yeah.
So there's not many. Why are you 50?
All right. So when I was younger, I always wanted to play goalie. So I was a big goalie guy. So it was between 35 for Pekka Rinne or 50 for Corey Crawford, and I actually just chose number 50, and I just stuck with it.
And when
love
you
it.
chose 50 for the goalie, were you a goalie?
No, I never ended up playing goalie.
You
But I
just
told my parents I was going to play goalie one year, but it just never happened.
So do you have a list of like favorite goalies growing up?
Just those two.
Just those two?
Just those two. That's
Nice.
it.
Yeah, I always wanted to play goalie when I was growing up. My parents said I was too good of a skater, so and the pads were too expensive. So I said, okay.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So yeah, 50. I mean, you're the only one that, like I said, probably one of the only youth player or high school player that I know of. So that's pretty cool. Do you think you'll play hockey after high school? Or what are your plans for after high school?
I do want to play hockey after high school. What exactly? I'm not sure yet. I haven't talked to a lot of teams, so I really don't know what I'm going to do yet, but I do want to keep playing high school hockey as long as I can.
Day by day right now, focus on your senior year, get the season going. It'll come.
When did you tender, Griff?
Maybe April after the season.
Yeah, I tendered in May, I believe. Like, it's just, there's a whole process. So many things come together, and it just works out. And you don't even have to tender. You can go to you can get drafted. You can go to a camp. You can go to a random thing in the summer, and some guy sees you and he invites you over to his skate. It's just how it goes. So you just, as long as you know what you want to do. What I mean is, like, if you know that you want to play or you don't want to play, then the rest of it falls into place. If you just don't know, like, I don't know at all, that's okay. Just as the season goes on, things kind of make sense to you.
Are you a multi-sport athlete? You play other ones?
So I used to play baseball, but last year I hurt my knee, so I stopped playing baseball last year.
Okay.
But I think I'm going to golf this year.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
That's awesome. Yeah, one of my only regrets in all of high school was that I didn't play golf my senior year. So I love that you're still have some fun with it. A little less intense than hockey, still fun. So.
And our golf team will be pretty good.
Oh,
Ben Allen is a great golfer.
Oh, is
really?
he?
Yeah. Shout out Ben Allen.
Yeah.
I love that.
There you go. So last couple here. Obviously, we've touched on kind of your goals for the season individually, and on the team. Talk about the importance of the educational side, because I know that you're someone who really focuses on school and all that. So talk about like that. Just like if you had to tell a young, say a freshman who is coming into high school and their whole lives, every teacher's like, well, it matters in high school. It matters in high school. Now they're in high school. What would you tell that person, or how would you encourage them to focus on the education?
Yeah, so I think our school is implying a rule that if you don't have a certain GPA, you can't play this year. And we did get a new principal, so I think like he's actually going to apply it. So like grades are important, and especially if you do want to go to college, they are really important.
Yeah, it's so true. It's, so many guys all the time, they just lose opportunities because they don't have the grades, so it's being the full package. I want to ask about your brothers. So you're someone who is, you have two brothers, correct?
Yeah.
I found out one was the non-hockey player. I didn't even know he was a person until like a couple years ago. Did you know he had two?
They're not.
So he has Cooper, the youngest.
I saw them at one of the basketball games, so I knew them. Yes, yeah.
Okay.
Talk about your brothers and that relationship of growing up with them, and how you guys have kind of helped each other in sports, just like with the way that you are around each other at home.
So Cole's my younger brother. He's 16. Me and him used to fight all the time. But as we've gotten older, our relationship's gotten so much closer. Like, we hang out all the time together, just together or with our friends, because we kind of have the same friends now that we're like the same age. But yeah, and his work ethic has gotten a lot better for basketball. He wants to keep playing basketball. I know that. So he's doing good in that. And then Cooper is 13. He's playing hockey. He does a bunch of different things. Like, he cuts people's hair. He cuts my hair. I should probably stop letting him do that. But
he cuts your hair?
Yeah, he takes pictures. He ran cross country this year. He played football last year, and he plays baseball. So yeah, he does. He's just.
Oh man, you Forsters are busy.
Yeah.
He picks stocks and stuff too, doesn't he?
Yes, he is a big stock guy.
I think your dad told me that last year. He's like,
stock guy.
Coop is at home like picking stocks.
I let him do my stocks.
I'm 27. I barely know what stocks are. He's 14 years younger than me. My gosh.
So, does he focus on sports too, or is he just focused on making money?
I don't know what
Between
he's really
photos
focused on. He just focused on everything. And he just bought a new electric bicycle that he loves to ride.
Nice.
Who are you most similar with?
I would say physically, probably me and Cooper are more similar. We have the same like build.
Yeah.
Because Cole's taller than both of us already. So yeah, me and Cooper are probably more physically similar.
You look the same with your gear on too.
Yeah.
Like even like seeing Coop now, and then seeing like you and remembering you at that age, like younger, like you look very similar as well. Yeah. The way your gear fits.
I don't know if I was that small though.
Yeah, that's true.
So just last couple of hockey questions I'm thinking on the fly here. I feel like you're a guy that does well on the power play and on the penalty kill, and is a good 5-on-5 player. You're very versatile. You can play in any situation. What's a situation that you like the most? Do you like that man advantage? Do you like having to block a shot and kill penalty, or do you like just 5-on-5 dogfight?
Well, this fall, my favorite thing was being on the penalty kill. I liked being on the penalty kill a lot this fall, so I hope that carries over this year. Because I do like special teams, like you said. I'm glad you noticed that, because I do like the 5-on-4 and the 4-on-5, so I do like both of them a lot.
Yeah. Do you, when you're on the power play, do you like being the quarterback at the top or kind of being one of the guys on the side or in front of the net? What do you like the most?
I would kind of say like the bumper, the guy that just kind of moves around and tries to find the pass to make.
Yeah, I think you're good at finding that the tight areas there in the slot and everything. So that's cool.
Yeah, it's a great question. I mean, it's being a guy that can play in different scenarios is so important. For
this season, obviously things are going to start getting going right now. Obviously, we're most excited for games and anything. Is there anything else that you're like finally it's hockey season? Like you excited for some practices? You like you said, hanging out with the boys, the road trips. What's something that you're like, it's finally time?
Just everything. Like I like this time of year, the fall, like hanging out with all my friends, being able to just not go home right after school. I get to just go to practice and just hang out with all my friends and do all that. So
do you like the routine of practice right after school and everything?
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah,
it gives me time to work out right before practice.
For sure.
And go to practice and then go home and just go right to sleep.
Where perfect. Do you work out? You've mentioned a few times.
Right at GR.
Oh, okay. Right at school. Yeah. They have a nice weight room there.
It's a work in progress.
Gets the job done.
Yeah, gets the job done.
Got to be creative sometimes, right?
Yeah.
So you just mentioned your brothers and that type of thing, and you've mentioned other players and stuff. So, who did you want to give a shout out to on this? Like, who's played a role in your career and your life?
Probably Coach Rick. Thank you for helping me throughout all these years, and I'm ready to go this season. Then my parents for always driving me, and my mom for always being supportive and always saying I do great, even though some games are just not great. But I come home to you did great.
Got some good support. You got to have a good support environment to keep it going. And it's obvious from what I know you, and obviously just know about your family. You guys are all very good people, so it's very contagious. So
yeah, awesome. Well, I'm pumped for the season.
Me too.
We got practice tonight. We're gonna head to practice for 5:00. So thank you for taking the time here today, Connor.
Thank you for having me.
Awesome.